The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Danny Laurel. The camp of expelled Congressman Teves is looking at ways to appeal his warrant of arrest that was issued by a Manila court earlier this week. This stems from Teves' alleged involvement in the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel de Gamo and 9 others last March. Speaking to the press on Friday, Teves' legal counsel attorney Ferdinand Topacio clarified that they still have not received a copy of the warrant as well as the DOJ resolution on his charges. For now, Teves is not keen on returning to the country due to supposed threats to his life. There are no plans yet for Teves to apply for political asylum in another country. His camp has also filed a motion before the Anti-Terrorism Council appealing his terrorist designation.
Monday, we will be undertaking more steps in order to be able to secure copies. Hindi lang po ng warrant, yung resolution. Meron pa naman po tayong remedyo with respect to the warrant and the finding of probable cause as well as the information. Pagka nag-umpisa na po yung hearing, ay titingnan po natin yung options po natin.
And it turns out there had been pressure to remove Finance Undersecretary Chelo Magno from the Department of Finance. Magno shared the official document from Malacanang which indicated that her tenure had expired. The document was addressed to Finance Secretary Ben Diokno and was signed by the Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin. It said that the expiration of Magno's tenure shall take effect immediately. Magno captioned her post saying, "May nanalo na. Expiration pala ang tamang term." It was just yesterday when news broke that she was forced to resign for allegedly throwing shade on the price ceiling on rice. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin confirmed in a statement that it was Magno's posts on social media that led to this termination. Bersamin said Magno had always been against the policies of the Marcos administration. ES Bersamin adds that while anyone has the right to free speech, it would be, quote, counterintuitive to have someone in the administration who is clearly set on maligning it. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. you're still watching One News Now, I'm Dani Laurel. Rains triggered by Typhoon Haikue unleashed landslides and widespread flooding in Hong Kong. Vehicles were submerged while public transport services were suspended as water inundated the territory. Schools were also shut down and people were asked to stay at home throughout the typhoon's onslaught. This was the heaviest rainfall on record in the Asian financial hub in over a century. India is spending billions to construct bridges and roads to outrun China, but half of the projects are behind time and over cost. The details in this Bloomberg report.
India's longest sea bridge has been some 20 years in the making. It's expected to open to traffic between Mumbai and Navi Mumbai sometime later this year. The connectivity will redistribute the burden and opportunities of rapid urbanization. Infrastructure building has gathered speed across cities and villages, with the government spending record amounts on transportation, power and housing projects to meet urbanization needs, boost jobs and growth, and to cut logistics costs. India needs trillions of dollars in infrastructure spends, currently supplied by government and multilateral institutions. The opportunity to move, house, power, connect, and transact with 1.4 billion people has drawn corporate investments from local giants Ambani and Adani to international majors Brookfield and Macquarie. But private participation, at less than a third overall, has varied based on sector, policy and risk. Telecommunications and aviation are mostly private-owned, but with many financial failures. Airports, ports, power, and now new energy are both under public and private ownership. Railways are mostly government-owned, whereas in roads and highways, past bankruptcies have prompted the government to take on construction risk. Lack of long-term financing, difficulties in land acquisition, and even a shortage of civil engineers in a software-obsessed country are all reasons for chronic delays and cost overruns. Half the projects under construction right now are behind time and over cost. Then there are the challenges of quality, safety, and sustainability. India has the world's second largest road network, fifth largest metro network, and third largest construction market. Yet, over 3/4 of the India of 2050 is yet to be built, says McKinsey. That will likely provide opportunities, but many challenges as well.
Let's now take a look on other stories we're watching today. The Philippine Coast Guard successfully executed a resupply mission to the BRP's Sierra Madre on Friday. However, Chinese vessels once again attempted to obstruct Philippine ships. It's an all-European showdown in the FIBA World Cup as Germany faces off with Serbia in the finals. Catch the game live. That's on Sunday, 8:40 p.m. at the Mall of Asia Arena with free TV coverage on One Sports. And over in weightlifting, Hidilyn Diaz makes her debut in the 59-kilogram category at the International Weightlifting Championships in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Hidilyn clinched 7th place, while fellow Pinay Elrin Ando followed at 8th place. Despite missing the podium, the two still have a chance to qualify for the Paris Olympics that's in 2024. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Dani Laurel. We are One News.